The water swirls over me like an underwater current, then grows warm. I want to scream, but I don't want water in my lungs. I regain some control over my arms, though, and I flail them, trying to escape the ball of water before it boils me or I drown. It doesn't grow warmer than a bath when it finally releases me. The water that has seeped up my nose is pulled right back out, but I still cough to make sure that I haven't inhaled any. Completely dry now, I slip back to my knees, the ground beneath me pulsing with the fading light of the dying microbes. They mustn't be used to water that warm.
I thought I heard familiar voices. I'm glad it wasn't my imagination.
Replacing my moss bridge is an ice bridge, and crossing it is Gediyon.
Gediyon!
I scream his name and jump to my feet, though I wobble. The venom still has some control over me, and it'll probably take several minutes to neutralize. I find myself reaching toward Jayse's neck again, but this time he lowers my arms and puts his around my waist, guiding me to Gediyon. We hug him. He's wearing a thick fur coat that looks like it came from Blancand. Most of his braid is tucked into the back of his coat, though plenty of strands have come loose and hang beside his face. He hasn't shaved, and he's paler than I ever remember, though all of us have gotten lighter in the last few weeks of minimal sun. I think what's most relieving is that his eyes are deep red, warm and friendly, not cold like the misty violet I've grown to despise. I think I try to reach for his neck because Jayse lowers my arms again. Jayse instinctively heals him, and I don't know what's the first thing I want to say. I say nothing and throw myself onto his chest, adding to his warmth and enjoying the pressure of his arms around me. I start to sob with joy, and he pats my head. I feel his chest vibrate with his voice when he asks,
"Are you all right, Dreana?"
She laughs.
Trust me, I would have been the first to be all over you. I just need another sec.
Jayse starts.
Do you need me to...
Nope. Mechanical parts.
I hear something like a knee pop, only louder and crunchier. She lets out a long, relieved,
Ah.
Then she rises to her feet. I let Gediyon go, backing up and wiping my tears with the backs of my hands, which gravitate toward Dreana's head. Jayse lowers my hands again. Gediyon and Dreana hug. In their embrace, Dreana asks,
Are you ready to go home now?
I think I already am.
No, I mean our asylum. Let's go back to our asylum.
They've led me here.
He says, pulling back.
I was trying to outrun them, but they followed, and I realized they were leading me back. Here, come look.
He takes her hand and starts to cross the bridge, but she holds them back.
No!
She says firmly.
We're going to our asylum.
It's the lighthouse. I remember it. Please, just... I'm starting to put everything together.
She lets his hand slip out of hers, and he crosses the bridge to the other side, ascending the slope out into the snow. I look at Dreana, who stares into the glowing pool dejectedly. Jayse and I follow Gediyon before we lose sight of him. Outside, the snow drifts gently. Gediyon waits for us, facing an old, four-sided lighthouse tower that stands near a cliff decorated with fallen blighted blossoms. Part of the lighthouse wall has crumbled, leaving blocks at the base near the entrance, but otherwise it still stands strong. The lighthouse guards a dark sea. I can hear the waves crashing against the cliff below. Wind howls all around. The coast that I had longed for in my dreams looks nothing like the reality. It's cold and gray, smells like frozen seafood, and in the pit of my stomach, makes me feel like I've lost something.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gediyon whispers.
All this time, I fought it. I thought it was turning me into someone else, but really, it was forcing me to remember what I lost.
I look from the lighthouse to him, and I'm taken aback with how stunningly familiar this angle, the snow, his smile looks like that distant memory. To me specifically, he says,
I'm glad you're here.
It sends chills down my spine, and I'm relieved when he breaks eye contact to look aside, up a mountain trail.
If I keep running, I'll reach the top of the world.
Dreana emerges from the cave, marching forth with determination. Her hair flies behind her in the sea breeze.
We're going back. Now!
Gediyon needs to rest.
Jayse says.
He's been traveling alone for...
Dreana nods.
But we need to get out of here.
I can't go back.
Gediyon says softly, flatly.
They know what I did. They finally stopped following.
Dreana rushes to him and takes his hands.
You listen to me. Anything you see, anything anyone else tells you, except these two, don't listen to them. We're your real friends. Don't listen to—
Why do I exist?
Gediyon asks. The question leaves her silent. I answer first. To guard us. Jayse adds.
But for now, let us protect you. Listen to what Dre says. Let's go.
As soon as we turn back to the cave entrance, something missiles down from above and crushes the opening.